Part 2. The First Foreign Judgment. While Israel fractured from within, God was raising up a hammer, a nation of unmatched military ferocity, forged on the banks of the Tigris, chosen by God himself to bring his wayward people to their knees. That nation was Assyria, and Assyria would not be the last nation God would use. Long before Babylon destroyed Jerusalem, the empire rising from what is today northern Iraq carved its name into the ancient world in blood. They did not simply conquer nations, they terrified them. The Assyrians were masters of psychological warfare. Defeated kings were paraded in chains. Entire populations were uprooted and scattered. Cities were reduced to rubble as a warning to anyone who dared resist. And the world began to tremble. But even the mightiest empires have limits. Assyria's relentless march westward would not go unchallenged. In 853 BC, 117 years after the death of King David, a coalition of regional powers, including King Ahab of Israel, moved to check Assyria's expansion at a place called Karkar. Israel had been divided into two kingdoms for nearly a century. The Assyrians claimed victory that day, but their losses were heavy enough that they withdrew to the safety of their own borders. For a time, the region grew quiet. During this pause, Jeroboam II ascended the throne of the northern kingdom. Under his rule, Israel experienced a restoration of strength and prosperity, regaining influence not seen since the days of Solomon. The kingdom expanded, its armies were strong, its wealth increased. But beneath the surface, something was deeply wrong. God saw the nation not as faithful, but as an adulterous spouse, a people who had abandoned their covenant. The prophet Hosea warned them.
They consult a wooden idol and are answered by a stick of wood. A spirit of prostitution leads them astray. They are unfaithful to their God. And again he warned, I will punish her for the days she burned incense to the Baals. She decked herself with rings and jewelry and went after her lovers. But me she forgot, declares the Lord.
The warning had been spoken, but ignored. As Hosea pleaded for repentance, Assyria turned its focus toward building an empire. Jeroboam II ruled for 40 years, but his death in 753 BC marked the beginning of the end. Over the next 3 decades, 6 different kings would sit on the throne. Only one would leave it by natural causes. Assassination replaced succession. Chaos consumed the monarchy. The nation grew weaker with every passing year. Israel's former glory began to fade. Meanwhile, the old enemy to the north regained its strength. The conquest began in Syria. In 732 BC, Assyria crushed the Syrian capital of Damascus. Israel lost key northern and eastern territories, lands that had once served as a buffer against invasion. The clock was ticking. As Assyria rebuilt its power under Tiglath-Pileser III, the northern kingdom spiraled downward. The final blow came when King Hoshea made a secret alliance with Egypt and refused to pay tribute to Assyria. Like a coil compressed for 50 years, Assyria sprang forward with ferocity. They besieged the northern capital, Samaria, for 3 years. When the walls finally gave way in 722 BC, the judgment was total. More than 27,000 Israelites, the skilled, the educated, the military, the leadership class, were torn from their homeland and scattered across the vast reaches of the Assyrian Empire. They would never return. Foreign peoples were brought in to settle the land, planting the seeds of a mixed culture that would one day be known as the Samaritans. The 10 tribes of the northern kingdom were gone, not merely conquered, erased. Their identity scattered across the ancient Near East, absorbed into foreign cultures and distant lands. History would remember them as the lost 10 tribes of Israel. It was the most devastating judgment the North could have imagined. And to the south, the kingdom of Judah watched and learned all the wrong lessons. They believed Jerusalem was untouchable. They believed what had swallowed their brothers in the north could never come for them. They were wrong. A new empire was rising from the south of Mesopotamia. Babylon was coming, and the worst was yet to come.
Empires rise, prophets speak. One king remains, written in fire. Available now on Amazon.